Yes, welcome to my tutorial of how to play Yu-Gi-Oh! People involved are Henry, Nico, and Marley. Alright, so I'm gonna give you an overall thing. So I gotta keep it very broad and then narrow it down, if that's okay with you guys. So the game is played by having life points. Life points, you gotta decrease your opponents to 0, and that's how you win. So a good way to keep that in track. Graphing calculator. I recommend a graphing calculator, and you do 8,000.8. So say you want to say yours are 8,000 and your opponents are the 0.8, and say you want to subtract 1,000, so you subtract 0.1, and then they're officially at 7,000. It's a good way to keep track, and you can you could always refer back to your notes when you, like, say for example you guys are in a situation, oh, how much life am I at? That's how you can refer to it. That's why I recommend a graphing calculator. Okay. Now I'm going to talk about the field. The field is 6 monsters and 5 traps. 5 spells or traps, sorry about that. So you have one specific zone. They're all considered zones, by the way. So you have one zone for extra deck monsters and 5 for regular monsters. Extra deck monsters can only be brought out when you meet their criteria, if you choose to bring them out. So, and when you have monsters that have levels, level 4 or lower can just be simply normal summoned. Anything above level 4 has to be a tribute summon. So you have to give up a monster to bring it out. That's the criteria for anything higher. You can also special summon monsters, which you only get 1 normal summon per turn, but you can have an unlimited amount of special summons. But cards have requirements or criteria when you choose to special summon. So your monsters will go above in the monster zones. Your spells and traps will go down here in the spell or trap card zones. You have a monster card, a spell card, and a trap card. Those are your 3 types of cards. And you have your extra deck on the side. Your extra deck does not go in your normal main deck. This goes on the side. These are the cards that you can only bring out once you've met the requirements to do so. So for instance, this card. Oh, and let's talk about effects now. So effects. For most cases, cards have effects. Very rare will you play players who have normal cards, but I have some to show you guys. So this card's effect is to bring out special summon 2 extra normal cards from my deck with the same name. So for instance, the difference is this is more of a vanilla color, this is more of a brown color. So now you have 2 of these monsters. Okay. So I was referring back to the extra deck, and now I've met the requirements for this card. I can send these to the graveyard, which is right below my main deck. Every card that is played and is now officially off the field is considered a graveyard, unless there's other things called banished or removed from play. Only during certain scenarios will they go there, and cards will be on the field, causing that to happen. For instance, this card, I have to banish it / remove it from play in order to bring these 2 out. So it's not in the graveyard, it's removed from play. I can no longer use it. So now that I'm gonna link summon, that's what this is called, a link summon. I can put it in the extra deck zone. So pay close attention to these little 2 arrows. These 2 little arrows symbolize that now these 2 zones are officially extra deck zones. So now if I choose to, I can now play more extra deck monsters in these 2 zones. So if I met the requirements for this card, I can officially play it. But if I choose to bring this out as my first monster, I can no longer play these 2 zones. That's what those 2 arrows symbolize. I can now play these 2 zones. Let's go back to spells and traps now, and let me tell you guys how those are played. Spell cards can be played from your hand during your turn. It doesn't matter. Nothing has to be done. You can just simply play them for whatever reason you choose to. Trap cards, however, you cannot be played from hand. You must set them for a turn, from your turn, and then once it's your opponent's turn, or any turn afterwards, you can officially play for whatever reason you choose to. Spells, however, they cannot be played during your opponent's turn. They have to be during your turn, unless they are quick play. For instance, this card is a quick play. There's a little symbol right here on the right, upper right, and it's like a little lightning bolt, and it symbolizes quick play. When it is a quick play card, you can flip it during your turn or your opponent's turn. This card, however, is not quick play. There's no little bolt on the side. So you can only play this during your turn. Decks must consist of 40 to 60 cards in order to be playable. Otherwise, it's considered illegal or banned. You are not allowed to play more than 40 or below. Not more than 60 or below 40. It must be anywhere in between, but not below, not above. After that, knowing the rules, you can now play. And as I said in the beginning of the video, your objective is to lower your opponent's life points to 0. Thank you guys for watching.